Today's review, a movie so vile that the public had to be given barf bags to watch it. It's Mark of the Devil, baby. So yes, we are talking about the Eurotrash classic Mark of the Devil. Released originally in 1969 and directed by Michael Armstrong, it did shock audiences when it came out, mostly for its theme of religious hypocrisy and copious amounts of gore. Because you have to remember that most of the American public who went to see this film were only used to the Herschel Gordon Lewis style of film. Yes, the gore in those were shocking for the time, but it was very unrealistic and the movies were cheesy. This one takes itself a bit more seriously. Now, it was a byproduct of the film Witchfinder General that pretty much gave birth to the religious exploitation films of the time. And this will be a different type of video. I don't want to go too much into details with the plot and the film because honestly you have to see it for yourself. But I'll give you a brief summary. The film starts and it wastes no time to show us the good. We start with some witch burnings, and that's where we discover one of our main protagonists, Albino. He is the local witch finder and the authorities think he's going a bit too crazy with his witch burnings. After the public execution, the film focuses on Vanessa, who goes to the tavern where she works. And Vanessa is clearly a beautiful woman that everyone is attracted to. There at the bar we meet Udo Kier's character, named Christian, and his mission is to give a letter to Albino telling him that Lord Cumberland will take over the authority. The time of the local witchfinder is over, due to a lot of abuse in the system. Now I know what you're thinking. Weren't all witch burnings abuse of the system? Yes. But let's just say Albino takes it a step too far, and Udo Kier gives him a letter, which he says he can't read because, well, he doesn't know how to. The man who decides who gets killed can't fucking read. Beautiful. Afterwards, our focus turns back to Vanessa, and when she goes to get some food, Albino decides that it's his time to make a move. And you know, since Albino isn't really good with women, also he looks like a fucking predator, and you know, he's not the nicest of guys, of course Vanessa wants nothing to do with him. And when he tries to rape her, she takes a knife and defends herself, which of course leads to her being accused of being a witch. Because don't forget Reddit, because don't forget boys, if a woman doesn't take your advances, it's because she's evil. It's not because you're a psychopath who murders women for fun. It's the women are the problem. And when Albino makes a scene in the tavern, Udo Kier enters and tells him to stop because he has no proof and there's no, I guess you can call them warrants, although they have a different name, which makes Albino's thirst for revenge even harder. And then Vanessa and Udo Kier's character meet for dinner and they talk about witchcraft. And Vanessa brings an excellent point to Udo Kier. What if they blamed your mother for being a witch? To which he doesn't know how to answer because the Catholic Church didn't go that far. And when he wakes up, he meets some more prisoners and already is suspicious and asks Albino for the proof, which his advocate gives him freely. And afterwards, our two lovebirds go on their first date, which is splashing water. I don't know, is it normal? I haven't been on a date for like 2 years. During that time, our lovely Albino makes his advocate write something up to blame Vanessa for being a witch. And he'll put it first so when Lord Cumberland comes in, he can get her arrested as soon as possible, which is exactly what happens. She gets imprisoned, and during the rest of the film, we'll see Christian trying to defend her and liberate her. And the theme of criticizing the church for the hypocrisy continues during the entire film, which was of course a point of controversy, especially in its original release in 1969. We see multiple cases of witchcraft being discussed and tried, and one that really stuck to me was the woman that was raped by a bishop. Are you telling me a man of the church would sexually assault someone? Pfft, fucking horseshit, that would never happen. Oh wait. The other case that I really enjoyed was the aristocrat who didn't want to give all of his father's money to the church when he died. He is of course blamed for being a demon because The man wants to keep his money. I don't blame him. And it's during that time that we see that Lord Cumberland isn't really better than Albino. He just has a different way of doing it. A more legit, I guess, paperwork, bureaucracy. That's his defense. And just to make sure, the film wants to assure us that the Witchfinders are a bunch of fucking dumbasses because they get tricked by a puppet show. Watch out, Jim Henson, you fucking devil worshipping asshole. And that's pretty much all the details I want to give because you absolutely need to watch this film. Now you're probably wondering, does the gore hold up? Yeah, some of it still works. The tongue pulling is pretty fucking gnarly, but the rest of the film, you know, it's from 1969. You have to take the perspective of the time. You're talking about the year that Night of the Living Dead was released. And prior to this film, gore films weren't really a thing. Of course you had Herschel Gordon Lewis, but like I said previously, it's kinda cheesy and fun. This, I can see it shock a couple people from 1969, and it led to a sequel. Now I have it, I just haven't seen it, so maybe one day you'll see a review for Mark of the Devil Part 2. So this was a shorter video, a shorter review, but I absolutely encourage you guys to go seek out a copy or stream it or something, because it's an amazing experience and you can really see the origins of Eurotrash cinema and also of modern exploitation and shock films. Anyways, thank you guys for watching, see you next time.